Hello everybody and welcome back to X4, where we've had a pretty predictable development. And that predictable development is simply that we've finished construction on our microchip production module. I've actually queued up a second one here, since we had that planned, but it's not building just yet. I mean, that's kind of to be expected. Well, let's take a look at the logical overview here. So we have some energy cells, we have some silicon, and those are both being used to produce silicon wafers, and those silicon wafers are being used to produce microchips. Our first microchip production cycle is going to end in about 1 minute and produce 474 microchips per hour. So that's fantastic. And we have some automatic storage allocation. And we're going to be automatically selling these for apparently 1090 credits a piece, but we're probably going to be exporting those to the stations where they're in higher demand. However, I did want to grab some money out of the station account because we need to get that money set up for the next microchip. The next microchip production facility. So we'll just drain the station account in full here. There we go. And we're not going to quite have enough to be able to construct this. That's fine. We still have a bunch of trades coming in. The Independent Freighter Alpha here still has a bunch queued up, so we have a bunch of money tied up in this right now. It's perfectly fine. Now, I did want to check over here, manage funds. Yeah, that's fine. Let's check to see if we have any resources on the way in. Now, these are not going to be in for a while, and it takes 23 minutes to build the microchip production facility anyway. So there's no way that this comes online this episode. But I did want to be recording when our first delivery of microchips comes in. And it looks like it's not currently there. No, it is. Okay, that's fine. So we made 79 microchips. Perfect. I'm not sure why things are currently being grayed out over here on our station. Maybe it's simply because I took all of the money. That might have something to do with it. Yeah, maybe. It very well might. So I'm going to remove a little bit of money from the construction budget here so that we have some funds to work with. Because I want to check in on a little bit of... It's not really accounting, it's more making sure that we have our production chain set up here. So, our silicon appears to be holding firm with our silicon wafers. This produces 2,400 silicon wafers per hour. The microchips take 1,200 silicon wafers per hour. So yes, if we have 2 microchip production facilities, our microchips will hold up. Will our energy cells? Our energy cells produce 12,000 per hour. We consume 1,800 here. And then each of these will consume 300, so 600 total. Oh yeah, we're going to be fine on energy cells. That's excellent. So if we want to optimize this, what we would do is we would put in another microchip production facility, as well as a habitation module. And the habitation modules... Yeah, these are fully automated, I believe. Efficiency due to workforce 100%. Okay. So both of these are the same way. We would need to evaluate after we got a workforce in here to see how much this produced compared to these with the workforce in them. That said, that's quite a ways away in terms of financials, because I actually want to go price check this again. I believe it was like 11 million credits for a small habitation module, which is a little bit on the high side. to be sure, but it's a worthwhile investment. Let's see here. It was the habitation module was the habitat. 15 million for a medium, 11 million for a small. Okay. I can work with that. This is a lot of money.
Good luck out there.
But that's okay. We're making money. And so we shouldn't really have a problem with that. So let's head back to our ship for right now. And mostly, at this point, we are just waiting for a few more resources. And that's what a lot of this game is. It's just waiting for resources to come in. But the real question that I have is, are we bringing in enough silicon? So this is bringing in 980, and this is bringing in 260. So that is 1,240 per trip. Actually, I need to be in not plan build mode, but rather the logical overview. So this requires how much silicon per hour? It consumes 4,800 silicon per hour. I feel like... I mean, I haven't noticed our silicon wafer production ever stopping. So we seem to be meeting this need, but with the workforce, does that need increase? If so, we're definitely going to need another mining ship, and I think that might be something that we want to buy anyway. So we can buy a ship here, and we would do a medium-sized drill. Now, eventually we're going to have to branch out into gas as well, but for right now, we need a drill, and we would minimum preset this. I want to make sure that there is a mining laser on this thing, a mining drill. Excellent. Not enough resources on the station. Order might take a long time. Fair enough. We'll confirm that, and it'll show up at the Argon Wharf eventually. At a time that is not now. And the next question, of course, is what good do we want to produce with our microchips? Oh, I know why that's showing up as gray. It's because I have this set as the minimum volume large. There we go. So we can see over here that we are currently buying Claytronics. We are buying 2 silicon wafers. We're not buying silicon currently. We're selling a few microchips. And advanced electronics and energy cells are not currently being sold here. Excellent. That is absolutely fantastic. We'll drain the station account here, and I'm going to put the money back into the funds for station construction, because... There we go. Because we have what I wanted to take the money out for. So that's fine. So we need about another 700,000 credits, right? And I have to say, I'm glad that our independent freighter is no longer our primary income source, because this is pretty slow. I mean, this is reliable income, right? But I set this up many, many hours ago. And it hasn't managed to get through the list yet. All it's doing is buying microchips and selling microchips. That's it. So I think after the independent freighter is done here, we will assign it over here to the trading group Alpha. And once that is done, the escort vessel will be assigned over here to defense. And then this freighter will auto-trade. And once we have our second resource production module online, that shouldn't be any sort of an issue. In theory. Anyway. That's the idea. Because the problem here is we have one medium docking port, right?
Identifying criminal vessels.
Now, I would like to set up a pier on this at some point, and we would need to figure out where exactly we wanted to put that. Now, I was unable last episode to figure out how to rotate the component. So, like, we can have it here. That's fine. But I don't know, and I'm actually going to look that up right now. X4 Station Planner Rotate Module. Drag it into the plot, left-click it to select it, then hold right mouse to rotate. What? That is really unintuitive. So we would put it in the... So we would put it in the plot... So we would put it in the plot, select it, and then drag the right mouse to rotate. That is really unintuitive. And also, I don't want it there. For obvious reasons. I would want it to be rotated this way, which it doesn't seem to like to snap to rotations. And if we're going to have the docking pier, I'd like it to be there. Yes. Okay, so that works. It's really unintuitive. Like, really unintuitive. And I don't think that this is straight. That's the only point it snaps on. So I guess it's got to be that. Pretty much that or bust. Now we can't currently confirm this. Why can't we confirm this? Because we don't actually have that amount of money. Confirm module changes. Okay, so now we're trying to purchase a pier there as well. And that will allow larger ships to dock up there, which will be very helpful. That does mean that we're pretty much dead-ended over here for right now. I mean, we can build out this direction, and we can actually build above and below the T-pier. So I guess that's fine. We also have our basic dock area over here for smaller ships. Maybe that'll eventually become our private docking port. Maybe we'll just remove it. Hard to say. Well, there's a connection point over here. I did not realize that. Could we have connected this over here? No. Yes, discard those current changes. Okay, so how much is this estimated to cost? 4 million credits. So that is definitely going to take some time to get that done. That said, in this game, time is pretty on our side. I can just basically sit here and wait for all of the things that we've set into motion to happen. Which is fine. Well, this is still saying estimated construction budget of 2.3 million. Actually, we'll pull this out of the station account. We'll just keep tossing it into the construction budget for right now. Excellent. I do want to check in. We do have quite a few parts on the way in. That is ideal. Also, this construction vessel that's here, this is the same construction vessel with the same hiring. I noticed that we seem to be able to just keep a construction vessel here and not pay for it again if we just keep adding to the planned changes. It feels a little exploitative, but it's how the game works. I'm probably going to not actively try to take advantage of it, though. Just because it feels like that's not how it should work. So, I guess this is fine. We'll just, at this point...
Stop that criminal!
I'm not a criminal. At this point, I do want to check in on our status over here. Let's see. We have... Yeah, our buy order is position 2. We're just waiting on resources here. So that's going to be producing additional silicon. And we are just going to produce all the microchips. How many do we have currently? 0. We must have sold some microchips. Or something. No, we're just not actually selling them because of the automatic sell amount, I'm willing to bet. Yeah. I want to sell any microchips that we have currently. Yeah, and the freighter is going to export these. That is ideal. So how many is the freighter going to export? How many are reserved currently? All of them. Excellent. Well, this is going to basically make us money at an absurd margin. Because we're not paying for any of the resources going into it. Like, this empire is built on the back of microchips, right? But we've always had to pay around 700 credits for a microchip, and then we turn around and sell them for about 1,000 up here. 300 profit each. Now that we're producing them, we do not pay for anything that goes into them because of our vertical integration. Which means that when we sell them, we are selling them up here for a profit of 1,090 credits each. And we are producing 474 per hour. So 474 times 1,090 something, approximately that. That right there, this alone, unoptimized, is 500,000 per hour. Just completely automatically, passively. I like it. And this is not even the top level that we're going for. Like, this is one production chain, and we're going to be going even further with this. So that's going to be great. However, we're kind of out of things to do for right now. We have quite a lot of irons in the fire, and we just kind of need to wait for it to happen. So I'm going to go ahead and put a cut in here. I think it's going to be pretty normal that cuts in X4 are a little bit early because this is a very slow-paced game, and a lot of the things are going to need time to happen off camera. So I think it's probably going to be pretty regular that this series is more 15 to 20 minutes rather than my normal 20 to 25. Or, I guess, almost 25 to 30. But this one will probably be a little shorter on the regular. But for now, I'm going to put a cut in here, and next episode, we are going to have our production ramping up. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.